Grand Marshal Paulus here from Who Corner to Corner. I am joined by Field Marshal Jeff and Commander Jonathan Wilkins from Titan Comics. Blah. We are here to watch the arrival of my illustrious ancestor, the Great Sontaran Commander Lynx, who did land upon this puny planet Earth way back in the days of Iron and castles and dot cotton from EastEnders. Ah, scumbags. There you go, how was that? Was that all right?
Chocolate.
Yes, indeed. Welcome, one and all, to another Who Corner to Corner podcast. This is Paul, Jeff, and our very special guest, editor of the Titan Comics Doctor Who range, Mr. Jonathan Wilkins. Hello, Jonathan.
Oh,
how
hello.
you doing? You all right?
Yeah, Paul, you can stop doing the Sontaran impression now. It's worn out now. We're a bit tired.
And if you're only listening to this and not watching on YouTube, Paul, you can take the mask off now.
You guys are so funny. Anyway, we are going to be watching part 3 and hopefully part 4. We'll be able to squeeze that in as well, of the Time Warrior, and we're going to talk all kinds of Doctor Who related stuff over it, and we might even address certain aspects of the episodes that we are watching. And we would invite you all, dear listeners, dear watchers, to load up your very own copy of the Time Warrior. We're going to be doing parts 3 and 4. Just be careful, don't load 1 and 2. We did those last week, so if you want to jump in with those, dial it back a few episodes. Okay, so here goes with part 3 first of all of the Time Warrior. Are you guys ready? Are we ready to cure?
Yes.
Yes.
Do it.
On 3, 2, 1, action. Dun, dun,
There
dun,
we go.
dun, 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 dun. Oh, that's the wrong TV show, isn't it? That's totally different.
I must also remind you that we're going to do the Time Space Visualiser. So prepare your
Prepare yourself for the Time Space Visualiser.
I actually quite like that feature now. It's a good one.
Yes, it is good.
I love that font. You know, they've gone to such a wonderful effort with all the slit scan stuff, and they just put a simple blocky font in the middle of it.
Oh, I love it. Oh,
It's Sarah Jane.
Oh, there she is. Bless her.
So the action's picking up, isn't it, at the from the climax of part 2, where we got Sarah Jane Smith and Boba Fett in the castle.
That's not his name.
Hal the Archer, good old blondie
There he
himself.
is. Look at that. Lovely hair. Timothy.
This is David Dacre's Irongron, isn't it? And so now we had a chat about this guy, what's his name, Bloodaxe, Irongron's lieutenant, who looks a bit like somebody we spotted in the King's Demons. Is that not correct?
Yeah, well, I don't want to spoil the King's Demons, but it is like 40 odd years old now, so yeah, he is very reminiscent of one of the Master's dodgy disguises. I kind of love the Master's dodgy disguises.
Maybe it's kind of left in the BBC wardrobe department or something. You know, this kind of sort of curly, gingery hair, beard, moustache kind of get-up. And
Stranger
old Anthony
things
Amy
have happened.
This
saw it
is
and
quite
thought,
interesting, isn't it? This is showing this from a slightly alternate view as well, isn't it?
Oh, is it? Oh, it might be, actually.
Yeah.
One where we can't quite identify if it is actually good old JP running or his stunt double. That's very dangerous, isn't it? Having a torch with dry hay lying around like that. Oh,
Well,
and there you go.
There you go.
Hey,
Hey.
set fire to the hay. Hey, hey.
Hey.
I mean, also the hairspray in John's hair is no doubt pretty flammable too.
And
Like a tall light bulb.
his knockoff Austin Powers costume as well.
Oh, bless him.
Oh, that
that's
that
great.
Armoured Knight looks like he's had a bad day, doesn't he?
Yeah, I noticed he's got slightly wonky legs there, yeah.
Yeah, I think they might have been detached.
So, Jonathan, what Third Doctor figures have you got behind you in your Space Dolly collection?
I've got all of the Third Doctor figures.
Have you?
I think
All of them? Really? Oh my
It's
gosh.
one of those things that I will one day go through and just make sure I have got everything, but I'm pretty sure I've got every single one. So
It's quite impressive.
It's
Very impressive.
Yeah, I've got 2 small children who are getting quite into Doctor Who,
Are
so
they?
I'm a little bit worried about the day when the cabinet is opened and figures are in. I'm gonna sort of weld it shut.
It is nice when the kids get into things, but then stuff gets broken, didn't it? When Ethan had a friend over ages ago, and I let them have a go with a Ninja Turtle that I bought in 1992, and then and I'd kept it all these years. It was a movie one, and then Dad, Ethan's friend goes, "Oh, his arm just fell off." "Oh, really? Did it? It looks like you broke it to me." So now it's wedged back in with a lump of blue tack, and you sort of think that was 30 years old, and it stayed in one piece, and you had it for 5 minutes.
There's a lesson to be learned there, mate, I think.
Yeah, don't have children.
Well,
There we are. sorry, our children if they're listening.
The figures, that is, not the kids.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast do not necessarily reflect
of all parties concerned.
Yes.
If you ask me to explain about the TARDIS.
So, Jonathan, did you get the recent Master?
Oh, I certainly did.
It's really good, isn't it? Which head are you sporting?
Well, I've got the slightly smiling head, because to me the Ainley Master, and I know this is very controversial, Ainley is my favourite Master. I just love his unhinged sort of. I love how unhinged he is. I love how scary he is in Legopolis, and I just love him as the Master. He was my master growing up, so he wasn't literally my master growing up. That would be weird, but he was the master for me growing up.
Yes, Master.
Yes.
He's really good.
The smiley face is really good, and you may have listened. We had a chat to Al about the figure, and they often do kind of more neutral faces on figures, because doing a kind of expression doesn't always look good from another angle. When you're sort of specifically recreating something. But
where's my neck? Anyone see my neck? Sorry, Doc Cotton just walked in.
They did a really good job with that head. It looked great. And I texted Al when we were watching parts 1 and 2 of this, and I said, "What's your thoughts on the Time Warrior?" And he said, "I love Time Warrior." And then he quoted some Sontaran
stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, there we are. Look, he's a true expert there. Can quote the Time Warrior at will.
I know. We are all unworthy in the face of such wonder.
It's truly. But yeah, this is a very good. Like, the sets in this are very good. The costumes, the whole thing is really lovely. Really, it kind of makes you wish. I think we addressed this before. Kind of what makes me wish anyway that there were a few more Pertwee historicals.
Yeah, we did say about that. Yeah,
I think that would be really interesting.
The only thing I would say about this, just looking at this scene here where they're in the castle. So it all suffers from being brightly lit, doesn't it? Like so much videotape stuff from the 70s BBC. When you think of Peladon, which was just a couple of years earlier, the Curse of Peladon, it seems to me there was a lot more colour and a lot more depth in a lot of the castle interiors. You know what I mean? There's a lot of orange, there's warm tones, there was green tones, there was flame in sconces. They really seem to put some effort into it. And whilst they have on this one, there's a lot of detail on those arches, on those sets. It's almost like it's not very... It's like the lighting guys are just like, yeah, screw that, we're just going to turn it up, mate. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a shame, because there's so much attention got. Even this cell here, this little one here in Irongron's grotty castle, there's a real difference between the two different places, the Castle of the Lord and the Castle of Irongron. This is very much a bandit space where there's crap all over it, but it's all lit by mega wattage, and it just seems to take a bit of the soul out of it. But it doesn't really matter, because the story is so good, the characters are so good, and the dialogue is just... It's just magical. I love Robert Holmes's gift for dialogue. He just imbues his characters with so much verve and life and colour. They're just brilliant.
Even the most minor characters, you kind of they've got stuff to say and they're interesting. It's
exactly,
it's absolutely brilliant.
I'm always putting mine of the old crone in the Talons of Wen Chai Yang. She's only in there for like 30 seconds, but she says some brilliant stuff. Oh, make it all sick. That wouldn't so want that served up with your whatever it is.
With onions.
That's it. Leaf and onions with your onions. Yeah. I should know that. I've watched it enough times, but
I quote that all the time. I've got many occurrences where I've had the need.
Ooh, make them all sick that would.
It's it's
this is. Sorry, I was going to say this is quite interesting because this is the first scene really where the Doctor and Sarah Jane get a chance to kind of have a good old chat. Because up until now, she's kind of followed the Doctor and been separated from him. She's kind of got herself wound up in this adventure and they've been split off. And she doesn't really know who he is. You know what I mean? So now they're kind of talking through just a few things and she's trying to get under his skin and trying to figure out who he is. And you know, he's not really doing the same for her, but it's showing a lot of her character, and I love that they've given these two people now a good bit of time within the story to kind of do this.
Yeah, it's a good episode 3 is the good time to do that because everything is sort of, you can't really finish the story at that point, but you've
got to keep it
that
going.
Little breathing space, isn't there?
That's it. Yeah, just before the action, because they're sort of getting ready for Iron-Gron's invasion, aren't they? They know he's going to come with his. You know, with this strange space alien pal and loads of bows and arrows and various other things. But while they're making these little gunpowder bombs, they're having a good old chat. And the Doctor's just described his people as a bunch of galactic ticket inspectors, which I love. It's brilliant. You know, the Time Lords, for all their thousands of years and millennia of history and awesome godlike powers and anything, are just rendered to the status of galactic ticket inspectors, which is brilliant. That says everything, I think.
It's funny that the whole thing with the Time Lords, that they're either all powerful, or as you know, as we see, they're sort of like members of the Conservative Club, you know, and just all sort of
boys network.
Hello, old boy, and I love that. You know, I love that in Deadly Assassin when they're just so fusty and.
They're all old boys in the Deadly Assassin, aren't they? Literally, they are all a bunch of old white men. It's crazy. They are lifted straight out of the corridors of these ancient institutions that seem to have persisted in the face of all progress, and they just maintain their power base. They're
crazy. Just so paralysingly boring, you know. You can see, you understand why the Doctor's just got up and gone to see the universe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And why old Crispy Master with his ping pong eyeballs would want to come in and upset everything, upset the status quo. Sontarans can't resist getting involved in a war, so I mean, this is quite good, isn't it? You know, it's again another character piece, a little commentary on why the Sontarans do what they do and who they are. They just like fighting. They just like getting involved in wars. They live for it. They just love it.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that why they're in the war in War of the Sontarans? He just wanted to see that war.
Yeah, and the Sontaran there, he loves the whole thing of being on a horse, doesn't he?
It,
because that's the warlike thing. You know, it's just brilliant. I think they love the theatre of it all. Obviously, there's the death and the bloodlust and strategizing and making things, you know, making the plans and then carrying them out. But there's also just the general sort of theatre of war as well, you know, which I'm sure they love.
Well, I kind of like. Sorry, Jonathan, go ahead.
No, I like these sort of early Sontaran stories because they really are a threat. You know, they aren't sort of played for laughs. They're not sort of a punchline. They are, you know, they are ridiculous, but they're also dangerous. And I think that's a really good combination of, you know, you could easily stop as obsessed with you know, ha ha, and then they'll get you, you know, which is it's good stuff.
Where did they film this? What castle is it?
Ooh, I'll have to find out, actually. We might have looked at this last time.
Are you sure
they're throwing stink bombs at them, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's it, yeah.
Heckforton Castle.
Oh, there you go. You got it.
Which is
whereabouts is that?
Oh, Cheshire.
Cheshire.
Yeah.
Cheshire, okay.
All right. They travelled a fair bit. They went up north for it.
Actually look like a... doesn't look like a massive castle, more like a posh house. Turrets.
Maybe that's all it was.
Yeah.
A few clever camera angles.
Oh, no, okay.
Some tight focus.
Slightly different there.
It gives Pertwee an opportunity for a bit of comedy as he's lugging the things over his shoulder there. It's just quite nice. I like that.
There you go.
The Doctor wouldn't be seen to be getting really involved in the battle, but
No, you wouldn't be killing anybody as such, but
no.
He's kind of pushing them back a bit, isn't he? Just to sort of scare them off and trying to gain some time so that he can figure out what the Sontaran is up to and why he's he kind of knows why. Obviously there's the whole war thing that Sontarans love, but he wonders if is there something more to it. There's obviously something more dangerous to it, because Lynx is providing these guys with weaponry that is way beyond their time period, isn't it? He's giving them muskets and rifles and things which they're quite a few hundred years away from that, so that could throw the whole timeline into a tiz.
Yeah.
Could do.
Bit of a tizzle.
Oh, that should be a future comic, Jonathan. Timeline in a tiz.
Timeline in a tiz.
Yeah.
Timeline in a tiz. Yeah.
It tends to be my day-to-day life, let alone the comic. Timeline tizzy.
He's got some mass to him, hasn't he? There's a presence to Lynx here. You're right. He does look threatening. He's like one of those
he's very
kind of
stocky
bulldoggy.
when he walks in. He pushes past people. He's got. I was always very disappointed in. I think it's the two Doctors when they had the Sontaran whose neck was just too long, and he was tall and bandy. And the Sontarans are from a planet where the gravity isn't the same as ours. So they're this stocky, a real unit, like a rugby player sort of thing.
That's it exactly. And that's a great little swipe with the helmet, throwing out Ingron against the table there. That again, it reinforces their solidity, and the fact they're not to be trifled with.
Yeah.
So, as we're recording today, it's the 4th of November, which means tomorrow's the 5th of November. So, Jonathan, is anything
Bonfire Day.
Is anything else happening on the 5th of November?
Well, 5th of November, as you happen to mention it, we've got this.
Look at that!
Is in stores.
Jonathan holds up a comic,
which is back to front on my screen, but we have printed it the right way round.
It'll be fine. It'll all come out in the wash, mate.
But yes, the first part, the Doctor Who and the Prism Paradox.
The
15th Doctor returns. It's a very exciting story with the. Well, you guys have read it. What did you think?
It
loved it.
It was
genuinely.
Great. Yeah. It
fabulous stuff.
It doesn't go the way you think it's going to go with the. I think by the time this episode comes out, people will probably have read it, so I think we could probably talk a bit freely about it. So the Doctor and Belinda go to the prison ship, don't they? And they meet,
which orbits the event horizon of a black hole.
That's it,
yes, I love that. I did.
And they meet a series of inmates, don't they? A selection of inmates,
some of whom have crossed, or from races that have crossed the Doctor's path previously,
such as
bad guys,
Slitheen, and the Adipose. And before reading it, I thought that they were going to be kind of a gang of baddies that the Doctor had to kind of go up against, but they end up sort of teaming up, don't they?
Suicide Squad.
Which was not what I was expecting, and so it was really nicely done, and of course things might well go pear-shaped in future instalments. But it's a lot of fun seeing this kind of ragtag bunch of villains coming together with the Doctor. So how many issues is this arc?
It's 4 issues. It's a good classic 4-parter in the Doctor Who tradition, and it's really good fun. There's lots of Easter eggs in there for fans, and you'll recognise a few of the inmates in there. I shan't give much away in anything, but by all means, look very carefully in the background and see who you can spot, because there's some really cheeky little references, some deep dives, you might say.
So
how was this? I was going to say, how was that story developed then? Was it arrived at a kind of one of these sessions where you brainstormed a whole bunch of ideas with people in a room and see what would stick, or was there a brief from anybody to kind of go with, a list of ingredients?
There was a basic idea that we were going to the original thing I suggested to Dan Waters, who's written it, was I said Doctor Who meets Ocean's 11, and it's a casino heist. And he'd just written a casino heist story, so he said, I don't really want to do a casino. What about a prison? I thought, well, that's actually makes even more sense and is just as good. So that's kind of where it came from. And then we had fun deciding what monsters we were going to have. Generally, you don't want to have them all classic monsters. You want to have some new monsters and some monsters, aliens, characters, whatever. And then things like H8, which is the droid cyborg, or I should say, character who's built up out of different Doctor Who robots and metal characters. Again, see what you can spot there. There's a few little surprises in his makeup. So it all kind of it's all very collaborative, but the central sort of one line was Doctor Who meets Ocean's 11. So
Brilliant.
Do we see more enemies in it in bigger roles? Because I'm looking at a cover from the second issue at the moment, and I can see something there, which I guess could just be an image that was created, for a cover, but I'm assuming is probably, featured, perhaps.
Well, if it's on the cover, it's going to have to be in the comic.
Well,
so
you'll have
to fool your readers otherwise, can you? That would be bad.
Yes, there's some a lot more surprises. And each issue, as we would making each issue would be my favourite, and then we do the next one. Oh, that's my favourite, and the last one is the greatest comic of all time. Never made.
It's kind of cool, actually.
It's good fun. It's good fun, and like I say, there's some guest starring monsters, some in smaller roles, some in much bigger roles, what could I say? Else can I say about it? And it's. Oh, I don't want to say anymore. You just read it. Come on, guys.
Read it. It's out now.
Yeah. It's out now. Issue 1 out now, and I think it's tremendous fun. And,
it was really good.
Doing our little bit to fill the gap until Doctor Who returns. So
if you're missing 15, this is a good chance to get some more. So,
very much so.
Oh yeah.
You may not be able to say much, but are there plans to continue to fill the gap via yourselves past this?
Absolutely. That's all I can say. But yes, we even if I was there with a crayon and pencil writing my own comic, then we would. Yeah, we can't stop Doctor Who. So we will. There will be more.
There'll be more.
Right.
There you go.
Well, we could go from the official to the unofficial for a moment, because we've recently released an audio drama, haven't we, Paul?
Indeed we have. We've been quite busy on this front these last few months, actually, haven't we?
We have been, we didn't do any for a little while, and then we decided to tackle, three, a single one and a two-parter. So TARDIS of Terror just came out, which is a Halloween themed adventure that I co-wrote with Lucy McCall, who's done audio dramas for us before, and I hope that it was a scary, spooky adventure that puts the Doctor and companion Pandora through some fearful scenarios. So I had a lot of fun writing it, and we had Jamie Cowan providing one of the voices as well, and a few cameos from your good self and Freya. So yeah, it was a lot of fun, and we've had some nice feedback on it, which has been good. And then, Paul, would you like to sort of talk a little bit about what's coming next? If you've listened to TARDIS of Terror, you might hear a little preview. At the end.
Yeah. The Princess and the Rebel, dun dun dun, which is one what I wrote in it. I
It
wrote
is one that you did.
But
Yeah,
I wrote
you
it ages ago
yourself.
because you told me that I had to write a Doctor Who story because you'd written loads and Lucy had written a few, and and you said, "Come on, Paul, get your pen out and start writing one of these things." And it took me a while, but then when I started writing it, I kind of got into it, and I haven't written any fiction.
Entirely true, is it? Because we were playing the Doctor Who RPG game, and
I was going to bring that together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you said you wanted one of the characters from the RPG into that, which I hadn't thought of at all.
Well, you created a really good character.
I did, yeah, and then you said to make sure you include this character as a new companion. So okay, but that was good because that gave you something to kind of pin the story on. 'Cause I was kind of fumbling around a bit looking for a story, and nothing was really happening. And then you said that, then it happened, and then we got the theme tune, our brilliant theme tune from Alex Rooney, which is just astonishing. And as soon as I heard that, I thought, what kind of story would fit this music?
Yeah.
And then it all just kind of came together. Some ideas that I'd sort of looked at previously, the new character, the music, and so I'm really looking forward to hearing this one out there. Actually, it'd be interesting, but it is quite a long one.
Part one's
It's
done.
full length.
Part
one is done. Yeah. But it is, isn't it? Part one is 30 minutes, and then we got part two, which is a little bit longer. So it's like a full-on Doctor Who story.
Yeah, it is.
So.
Yeah,
Nice.
Be fun.
I must say, Alex's theme variation.
It's extraordinary.
So good. He said,
so good.
What are you looking for? And I just said guitars, and that's what he did. It's banging.
Yeah,
really.
And
good.
I was saying things like, give it more bass.
Yeah.
More percussion and stuff like that. We just piled all this stuff onto him, and he just delivered. And it was like sound after sound after sound. And then I made some little titles for it. I did a little time tunnely space thing. So it's good fun. It's a lot of work doing these, to be fair. And I take my hat off to Big Finish, and the guys who write and produce and act in these things, because it's really something. But that's all to come. We'll do a bit more talk on those. Soon, actually, we're going to have some special podcast episodes talking about all of that, so that'll be fun.
Yes, we will. Yeah.
Now hold on, because we have a crucial moment here.
Well, we're in
Back to the Time Warrior.
We're in part 4 now, by the way. If you're watching,
We are indeed, and Professor Rubish has just whacked the Sontaran links on the back of his probic vent with an implement. I think it was a saucepan or a frying pan, wasn't it?
Oh, Sarah Jane's changed.
Yeah, so you missed that. You were talking through that, mate.
Yeah, sorry.
They were in disguise. Come on.
Well, the Doctor hasn't really made much effort there.
Well, no, but then he does. He was dressed up as a milk lady a few stories back.
Yeah,
so
true. Yeah.
tea lady and a milkman, actually, wasn't it? And the Green Death.
The classic Pertwee disguises.
Yeah, and the voices to go with it as well.
Oh, I loved all that.
I know.
That was so funny.
Do you know, for someone who spent most of his life doing comedic, sketch parts. Because he was in the Goon Show quite a lot. No, Navy Lark, wasn't it? He might have been in the Goon Show, but the Navy Lark was his thing. And
he was a comic actor, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. He's been in a couple of Carry-On film, or at least one Carry-On film as well. Where
he really?
Played, I can't remember which one it was now, but...
He was in, I think, pretty sure it was Carry On Screaming or
might have been, I thought it was Carry On Cleo, but you could be...
He was in Carry
On
Columbus, I know that much.
Oh, was he?
Yeah,
was he in that one as well? We don't like to talk about that one, though.
Leave that
Does
one
that
off
one
this
really
evening.
count?
But I wonder who the modern day equivalent of John Pertwee would be, casting a comic actor to do to play the Doctor in a serious...
Carry On Cleo, Carry On Cowboy.
It was Carry On Cleo.
Carry On Screaming and Carry On Columbus.
I mean, he was in 4 then. Yeah. So you're both right. There you go.
But not ironically Carry On Doctor.
But dear. I love Professor Rubish. I don't think we talked about him enough in this, but he's a lovely character, slightly caricaturish, but played with such an endearing heart. I just love watching and listening to him in this. He just brings another dimension to the story, and this is another thing that Robert Holmes is really, really good at. Just like you said, just filling us with these little characters that have stories of their own, and on the one hand provide a little bit of kind of almost light relief, but they're potentially in danger of getting killed, which is always worrying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But they always,
go on.
No, I was going to say there's a line of these sort of characters in Doctor Who. These sort of professors who are the classic absent-minded professor. There's a few. I think one turns up in Robot, and there's obviously the scientist in the City of Death, and the various characters who are just sort of not quite all there with what's going on, but nevertheless brilliant minds.
Yeah.
I'm just reading about Carry On Columbus, because I remember it being panned when it came out, didn't it?
Wow.
Yeah, I think I've seen it once, and I didn't really think much of it. I think it had its moments, but on the whole, it was like, they should have rested the Carry On films.
Yeah, it was a long time
way back
between the last one in what does it say?
Late 70s.
78, Carry On Emmanuel, and then this one in 92. Yeah.
Wasn't there a Carry On England before Columbus though? Was it Carry On England? I think which
Carry
was
On
80s.
England was that was before. Emmanuel was the death knell of the original.
Was it?
It was just a bit too. It was too smutty. I think they were
Really?
competing with the sort of Robin Asquith, the sort of Confessions of a Milkman type thing. So, yeah. Gosh.
I thought that was 1980 something, but I could be wrong. Yeah, it had Windsor Davis in it, I think, didn't it? And they were all on a camp or something, camp, like a military training camp. And they were all just totally the wrong people for it.
Yeah,
and full of innuendo and just nonsense. Really, do you know? I watch some of those films now and think, oh my god, as a kid I used to find these hilarious, probably because my dad found them hilarious. But I watch them now and I just thought, they're just different times.
Yeah,
they are different times. I think that's the thing. It's
they were made in all innocence, but they don't really stand up, to be fair. But yeah. Anyway, we've got a sword fight going on right now.
Yeah, here we go.
Between Irongron and, well, actually, is it the Knight? Is it Lynx's automaton?
Spoiler alert.
I don't know. I can see his skin there.
It's truly a marvel. I love this now because they are after killing this thing. They see it as, Blood Axe and Irongron see it as their mission to defeat Lynx's wonderful automaton. They know it's just a thing, so they will destroy it. Yeah, just for a laugh, really, which is brilliant.
Get around extreme violence by it just being a robot or something. New blood.
There's some great wigs in this, isn't there?
Yeah, she had good head, didn't she? Oh, three-way. This is rivaling John Wick for me.
Hey, I'll tell you what, mate. Don't knock it.
Oh, it's very exciting.
You want to see what this robot can do with a pen?
It's a thing of myth.
Robot in inverted commas. Because now they're going to hit it with a crossbow. It's already got a dent in its helmet.
Yeah,
it's going to get a crossbow through it. Hold on. That does. This Iron Man talks like some Norman ninny. I love that. I just love this dialogue. The alliteration, Norman ninny, is brilliant. Lift up your visor. Dun, dun, dun.
It's very good. And Pertwee loves all the sword fights and the action. And
we saw a sword fight from him a couple of seasons before this with the Sea Devils, him and the Master in prison. Up the stairs, down the stairs, round the table, eat a sandwich.
And he's eating a sandwich at the same time. He eats a sandwich in a really sort of, he just left that with it. It's really...
it's almost like he's got those half gloves on.
That's right.
And I love the fact they're calling the Doctor a wizard in this. It's almost like, they're kind of trying... These guys are trying to rewrite these weird things that they're seeing in terms they can understand, which I love.
Yeah.
The Sea Devils will be back soon, won't they? Back on our screens.
Yeah. I've been having some fun with that on Twitter today, just for lols.
What were you saying? Is that they're not called Sea Devils now, are they? Is that right?
Well, apparently so. I think someone had tweeted on there that they're going to be called Homo Aqua or something like
I've
that.
just seen it. Yeah, Doctor Who
Because we had
production
Homo
news.
reptilius and whatever, and I just for lols decided to say, well, actually they're reptiles, so they wouldn't be Homo anything, would they? They'd be reptilius something or other. So
Oh yeah, someone
and
else
if you-
has
Oh, I
said.
don't know.
Yeah,
and it just I was kind of stirring things up because I was a little bit bored earlier. So
But they're reptiles,
that
aren't
was
they?
fun.
Paul. You trolled, Paul. You trolled.
I know, I was trolling. I know, and it was awful. But I was trying to do it in a light-hearted way. The trouble is, I don't know if light-heartedness really comes through on Twitter, to be
No,
honest.
it
I
doesn't.
think people
It's
just
the least
immediately
light-hearted
take
place.
offence. As
It's,
soon as they recognise a tosser, it's like, we're going to pile on him, destroy the bugger.
He's against it. Yeah.
But I was genuinely, for all those who responded, I was generally just having a bit of fun and hope that you had fun engaging as well. Honestly, I really, that
it's
was
all
the
for fun.
intention. Just
Well, there's some
we don't
nice
take this
lighting.
too seriously.
Nice lighting.
Look at that
as
great
the-
spider. Oh, that's brilliant.
Oh,
Used to get a
This
bit
is
dead
quite
there.
good fun as well. The fact they're using sort of light flashes in a sequence to kind of reawaken or break Lynx's hypnotic or whatever it is, sort of mind control. I love the idea of that. I think that is based on something or other, but certainly something very 60s, like The Prisoner, when they do all kinds of brainwashing and stuff with lights and patterns and stuff.
Something I think is worth discussing as well in this is I like the idea of Sarah Jane goes back in time and she's very women's lib and she's trying to convince the scullery team that better enough. And it's it's like it's a big part of her character at the start. I'm not sure it goes all the way through to the end. I think she
I think it kind of peaks and troughs, doesn't it? But I think mostly peaks. I think weirdly, actually, I think so we get this story, and then we get is it Invasion of the Dinosaurs after this one?
sure do, yeah.
And then we get Death to the Daleks, and I think Death to the Daleks is the only one which suddenly, after having built up Sarah Jane Smith as this wonderfully independent, fierce character, Death to the Daleks suddenly treats her like standard companion from whenever, which I think was how Terry Nation had written it anyway. He just wrote to a bit of a pattern. He didn't know Sarah Jane and just wrote Doctor plus female companion in the way that he knew how. But when you watch these stories in order, that really kind of smacks. It's kind of hard in a way. It's certainly in the first episode. I think it's picked up a bit as she goes through it and finds a space. But in that, when they first appear in the TARDIS and she's in her beach outfit with the beach ball or something, and it's just, oh, Doctor, it's a little bit, it just doesn't quite land right. But
It's almost like they're writing for Joe or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, or even Barbara and Susan. Even it's quite be more generic. But yeah, you're right. She does mostly maintain that throughout her character. The idea of a strong, independent woman. I love this. Now they're
This
just
is a
taking pot
great
shots at the
shootout.
Doctor for lols.
Yeah.
It's just kind of cruel in a way, isn't it? You know what I mean? We got these brilliant new weapons. What are we going to do with him? We're just going to have a sport with the wizard.
Yeah.
Bit shroomy, but this is the thing as well. The Doctor's providing entertainment. He's cracking jokes, which they love as well. And he's cracking jokes in sheer desperation and in fear of his life, but they're loving it. And they're shooting at him as well. That's brilliant. Now they're slaying him in the hall with his devil's weapon of theirs. For the life of me, I can't see what's wrong with the good old-fashioned broadsword. Brilliant. Oh, I love it.
Oh, bless them.
By the stars, this fellow hops around like a flea on a griddle. Ha, ha, ha. Lynx is not having any of this, is it? He's going, come on, I'll take him out. But again, Lynx loves the sport of warfare, doesn't he? The theatre and everything. Like I was saying,
the Sontarans are almost kind of reminiscent of Predator. The idea of going to a planet and hunting for sport, and that's there are certain links there. I'm not suggesting for a moment that the makers of Predator watched the Time Warrior.
But there's commonalities. I bet
but there's definitely that idea of and but also with that
Oh,
sense of honour as well, which is
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I've had a great idea.
Go on, mate. What is it?
You know, sometimes people take a film and they will then insert a character into something else, another film. So, for example, if you Google, if you YouTube John Wick Resident Evil, someone has rotoscoped John Wick into Resident Evil 4, and it's absolutely brilliant. I think someone should take a Sontaran and stick it in Predator.
There you go. Make it so, people. Those of you with the skills, make it happen. We want to see
Sontaran
it.
versus Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's what it is.
I'd pay for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would actually.
Get to the potato.
Get to the potato. We want his head.
If it makes, we could kill it.
Love it.
Meanwhile, back in the Dot Cotton's household, things are not going so well.
She's run out.
So just had a big chase now.
fags.
They're having a bit of tea. Oh, I don't know about this, my neck. Got to go back for the scientists. Now this is suddenly
Well-
get a bit of danger, don't we? Because Link's spaceship is going to explode, like a countdown. Countdown to danger.
Yeah, down to danger.
Ooh, that's a good episode title as well.
It might have been used a few times as chapter titles in the
Down to
Target
danger.
novels, mate.
Down
There's a
to
few of
danger.
those. There's
Now,
young Hal.
I've got very distinct
Yeah.
memories of the Sontara of Link's in his spaceship at the Madden Tussauds exhibition in I guess it was the early 80s, and they actually had the Sontaran spaceship, and he was in there at his workstation.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very good.
Could you go inside it then? Did you have a little,
No,
or was it just sort of
could
door
see it
open and?
from the out. Yeah, you could kind of look in and see him in there, and it was like, and you talk about the lighting. The lighting at that thing was incredible because the lighting was all really low, so the monsters were so scary.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're like whatever I was 5, to me probably would have
42.
been all right. Yeah, 42 probably still quite eerie, but yeah.
No, you're right. Actually, yeah, I remember the first time I went to the Blackpool exhibition, and I was kind of like really deeply scared, thrilled, kind of on edge. The adrenaline was powering through me because it's all low level, and there's like green and red spotlights. Probably mostly to sort of hide the deterioration in the latex, but equally to lend a bit of atmosphere and depth, to these things and life to these things. But it was quite terrifying. Now, is that? It looks a familiar face.
Jonathan, did
I
you?
love, I love this when they do all this acting like falling over sort of thing. It's brilliant. Feeling woozy, and the director saying, "And drop."
Yes. Yeah.
So the bad guys around the castle are having a bit of a snooze.
You know what's interesting about this? It just occurred to me. I don't think the Doctor's used his sonic screwdriver at all.
No, I don't think he has.
Were we in the modern era of the programme, and this is not a criticism, that sonic
out.
screwdriver is out,
Oh, God,
just
yeah.
the slightest opportunity. Whereas, which is
that's
totally
how
fine, we all love a sonic. But
A 4-part story gets put down into 45 minutes, doesn't it?
oh, Jeff, look at that! You know how to plot these things. That's absolutely right. Absolutely right.
This is why Jeff's Halloween story was
it's-
20 minutes long, and
Well,
mine's best part of 2 hours.
Well, I thought about that, and my Christmas one I did was 15 minutes, and I think the other 2-parter was maybe 15, 20 minutes a piece as well, and I thought, actually, that's really short. Either I didn't have enough to fill any of it up, or I just blasted through it all. I mean, I did start the Dark Hill Mystery with a pretty rollicking beginning, and then...
Action packed.
Yeah, just got straight into it, really.
But,
Explosions, car chases, flying car chases, I should say, shootouts, cliffhangers.
Nightclub. Is there a nightclub
yeah.
chase?
Yeah,
Nightclub
it's a
shootout as well?
shootout, yeah.
oh wow!
Oh, it's nothing like John Wick, is it?
No.
I haven't really thought of that before, actually. It's only because you mentioned John Wick earlier. I think, hello, there's some tropes in here. It's a great story, mate. I love that. The Dark Hill mystery.
Well,
It's brilliant.
If people are listening to TARDIS of Terror, listen closely in the last scene, because there's a possible tease for another story in there.
Sunsets and well-cooked meals and the like.
Jonathan, did you ever do Time Fracture when it was running in London?
No, I didn't. I just it was one of those things. It was on my list, and like a lot of these things, it's on your list. Oh, we'll go next month. We'll go, and just in the end, time runs out. Ironically,
that's a shame. It was really good. Yeah. There was talk that it was going to come back somewhere, but nothing ever happened with that.
Well, these things do go round in circles, so you never know. It might start again.
I love the fact they're having a laugh about Lynx, calling Lynx a toad, and who knows what a toad thinks. But then they're all drugged because the Doctor and Sarah Jane et al. Have been mixing things into the food. You can't trust the cooks these days. You can't trust the staff, can you? Eh? Now this is good if I remember. So Lynx barges in on his little lab and finds the Doctor there. Blasts him with his little Sontaran stick.
Yeah.
But the Doctor is prepared. Now, again, you're right. Now, this might be a Sonic-y kind of thing in the new series, but there's a bit of creative thinking going on here.
It's kind of funny because the Sonic, even when Pertwee came back for the Five Doctors, he doesn't use the Sonic. I would argue he's probably the Doctor most associated with the Sonic from the classic era. I know Tom brandished it, but Pertwee to me always had that Sonic. And it's sort of.
I think the only time he massively uses it, as far as I can recall, is in the Sea Devils when he diffuses the minefield. There's a big, and I know there's a few places on and off throughout a few other stories, but not that many that I can think of. To be fair,
I think
you're right.
There is the story that he when he has to lie down, he drops to the floor and he bruised a rib because he had the Sonic in his pocket.
Oh, really?
This is real life, and it actually bruised him.
It did cause some damage.
So maybe he's sort of said, "Look, let's not use this quite so much. This instrument of torture."
I tell you what, there's some pretty decent fights in this.
Yeah.
There's some coordination gone into it. Oh, alas, poor Irongron. After all, man. You thought you were friends with the Sontaran, but 'tis not to be.
No, never trust a Sontaran.
He's got a dash.
Oh.
Sontar calls. But wait, Boba Fett is not dead. I mean, he can't be dead with a codpiece like that, that's for sure.
No, it's unkillable.
It's fully armoured. He's not. Go on.
Codpiece.
Yeah. He's running off with his longbow now. Flee, dogs!
I guess.
Flee for your life! This is Blood Axe earning his money. Getting the bandits out of the castle before it all goes south, I think. But the Doctor's out, isn't he? He's been poleaxed. Never sit with your back to the door, Lynx. Oh dear.
Look at that. No.
Arrow right in the probic vent. That's going to be sore in the morning.
Ooh, probic vent.
Oh, he's got him right in the probic vent, my Nick.
It's a good sort of. It's a good sort of explosive season opener, isn't it? Really. I mean, I know we're 4 episodes into the season, but as a sort of.
Cut to a quarry getting blasted there.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's like, and I know they redo it for the Blu-ray and stuff. But I am a kind of a purist, and I sort of like
warts and all.
Yeah, like it's
what it was.
Yeah, like what it was like. You just use your imagination and just
because when you're watching this on a small, probably 15-inch, 18-inch screen TV. most of which in the 70s would still been black and white.
Yeah, they would have
Very
been.
A few
much so.
colour things, but the picture
Yeah.
resolution, 425 live or less than that even.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy.
Buy it,
You would
yeah.
never notice a short little half a second of a quarry being blown up amongst
No.
everything else.
Now, did those ladies in the kitchen get out okay? I'm not sure they did.
I don't think they did.
I
I
mean,
don't think they were emancipated in time for that.
It's
I think
Off
unless they
side,
took
yeah.
shelter in the arches or something. Hey!
Very good. That's a great
Very
one.
good. Love that. It's actually quite tightly plotted, isn't it? You know, there's a
It is.
definite beginning, middle, and an end, and lots of incident that it all makes sense. There's a reason for it, and you know, there's some things where they're having a bit of a laugh, and Robert Holmes is clearly having some fun with his writing. But there's room for it within the story. Nothing feels rushed. Nothing feels slow. It all just works. It slots like a beautiful jigsaw, I think.
Like a
Yeah, absolutely.
nicely baked potato.
it's almost like a sort of, you know, if there's such a thing as a traditional Doctor Who story, it almost feels like that could be a template for at least a certain style, I suppose, of Doctor Who story. You know, the aliens interfering in Earth history, which is it's a good one, and it's a good sort of start to the season. And,
Yeah, it's really good.
It is, yeah. And again, so we've gone right away from the kind of red and green, howly, sort of swirly opening that had kind of typified the Pertwee years up until this point. Now we've got this blue diamond, a brand new logo, a time tunnel, and
Which is-
a brand new companion.
it's kind of interesting because that, when you think about it, so this is just something I've observed, everyone. But I've just observed that for Pertwee's last season he gets a new title sequence, and for Tom Baker's last season he gets a new title sequence. And it's a sense maybe of the old, you know, style
Handing
of things
over,
changing
kind of
and the handing over, and on we go.
Yep.
With new
I
stuff.
mean,
So
quite right with that one. Yeah.
that was a
So
good.
are we all thumbs up for the Time Warrior?
Yeah.
Did we enjoy that?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's,
yes.
it's really good. Yeah.
we
Dude,
loved
you
that.
can't not enjoy that,
I
really,
mean,
can you?
1973. That's a lot of years.
52 years.
52 years. That's crazy. That's half a century ago.
Amazing. Yeah.
That's just madness.
It
Madness.
is mad, and it holds up. You know, it holds
I
up
think it
as
does.
a thing you can watch it and enjoy it. That's, you know, the when they were making it, they wouldn't have even dared imagine that people would still be
No.
watching it or even doing podcasts about it. So,
I know, yeah.
imagine if someone had predicted that. That would be weird.
That'd be very strange. Gone back in
so-
time, at least like or
Yeah.
something.
What is this podcast you speak of?
Podcasting. What say you hound? You fleeing toad.
I mean, to just like not wishing to patronise anyone back, you know, 52 years ago. Like, this world is totally different. We're in now. It's incredible how technology has changed everything. You know.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
I think
Even
it's-
back from
it's
Chris
great.
Eccleston's first series, you know, we were talking about this when we reviewed one of the Big Finish audios, didn't we, Jeff? And it's like, you know, mobile phones were very different now, and it's
Yes.
pre-iPhone. You know,
Yeah.
the last years of the iPod and things like that. As we were talking, you know, before we came on with iTunes and what have you, it's that world. You know, before streaming, before YouTube really was a thing, way before podcasting. And well, actually, no, I think podcasts might have been around, but you could get them on your iPod, couldn't you? I think.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So early, yeah. But, I mean,
things move.
imagine how all these movies or TV shows, the entire plot could be resolved just by someone taking their phone out their pocket, and
Yeah.
calling for help or looking something up.
I know, yeah, exactly.
It's
Yeah,
it's
dear.
very different.
Should we go to our new feature before we wrap things up?
Yes.
Let's go.
Do it.
Here we are.
Oh,
The Time Space Visualiser.
wow!
I know, every
I haven't
time.
heard that before, have you? Hey,
That
Wow.
sound
technical.
that sound at the end is socks being knocked off by that music.
Is that a euphemism for something? Or...
No, when
Not telling.
something's so good it knocks your socks off.
Oh, I see. Sorry, I thought that was actually how you knocked some socks off a table or something, and that made the sound effect.
Jeff,
I see. Right.
try your best, mate. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Sorry,
over some people's head.
Wasted on me.
So anyway, this is the point in the show where we talk about a few of the things that we do outside of the world of Doctor Who. What books have we been reading? What programs, movies, TV shows have we been watching? What video games might we been playing or otherwise entertaining our lives with? So let's go round the table. Let's start with you, Mr. Jonathan. What have you been up to outside of Doctor Who? What's taken your fancy, as it were?
I have been watching It, Welcome to Derry, which is the new prequel to It, funnily enough. The Stephen King, the recent, the two movies, it's a prequel about that, which were 2 episodes in, and I'm absolutely loving it. It's absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, I've heard it.
And not remotely how I thought it would be.
Really?
It's not wishing to spoil it at all, but I can say so far light on clowns, so I'm okay with that. But there's other really scary stuff. So, that is a big recommend. And I've been reading, a few comics at the moment. I've been reading the classic John Byrne Superman, Man of Steel, sort of his run from the mid-80s, which I've been really, really enjoying. I think it's absolutely fantastic. There's some really wonderful stories there. So that is, that's kind of... And other than that, work, I'm afraid. These Doctor Who comics don't edit themselves.
Oh, God bless.
And we're also...
We love you for doing that. You're keeping so many of the rest of us entertained. So don't give it up.
Yeah, bless you.
Work harder.
No, exactly. I know. I keep saying I'd love to do more. And I've also been editing a comic called Craniacs, which is a kids comic, which is I'll hold it up for you guys to see here, which is
that looks fun.
Which is illustrated by a guy called Joe Simcoe, who does the Garbage Pail Kids.
Oh, really?
If you remember the Garbage Pail Kids. So it's kind of one of those things that it was originally a series of trading cards, and is now a comic book and soon to be an animated series. So
fabulous.
So that's kind of what's been occupying my time recently.
You kind of have the luxury of doing things in your day to day that most people would do as a hobby, would love to be paid to do.
I mean, yes.
We don't need to know about all the corporate stuff that goes with it, and the pain and the deadlines and the things that fail and all that.
Making sure that invoices are paid and all that thing is the less fun part of it. And there's obviously a more business side, but there's.
That's why we have accounts departments, surely.
I know, but then you've got to run after the accounts department and force them to pay people.
There is that.
But no, so that's kind of that, and I think that's aside from obviously it's just been Halloween, so we had a little sort of Halloween party with the kids and went trick or treating and harassed the neighbours and all that kind of stuff. It's all good.
Good.
Fun. Hey, good stuff. What about you, Jeff? What have you been watching, reading, listening to, etc.?
I've just got this sitting here actually. So I've been reading. Well, I've been reading
Avatar.
Avatar.
Of course he has. Why do we even ask? We've gone through it almost the whole show, almost an hour without the A word being mentioned. But we'll let you have it, mate.
So
of course
I read that, which is very good. Quite a shocking cliffhanger in it, and I also received delivery of the updated visual guide to the world, so it's got some stuff from the new film in it. So that's good. So there's sort of a lot, well, not a lot, but they did one for the second film and the first film, and now this one's got the game and the new film in it, so that's good. And I started watching I Know What You Did Last Summer, the new movie. So I've only watched about 40 odd minutes of it, but so far there's been a pretty horrific death in it, so I was quite enjoying that.
we need to talk.
So it's sort of it's a remake sequel to the original feels. So
interesting.
yes, so good so far. Yeah, to the kids trick or treating. It was my birthday at the weekend, so saw my dad watch some fireworks.
Happy birthday, mate.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Jeff.
So yeah, it was good. Good few days.
Can I ask a question, Jeff? So I know what you did last night. Does it follow on from the previous? Is it just a totally new story?
It's a bit like Scream 5 was, in that it was a sort of remake of the original, but also a sequel, but an in-world remake as well of the first one. So this is
I see.
Essentially this, the same sort of incident. There's an accident. Their body goes over. But it does have Jennifer Love Hewitt's character in it, and Freddie Prinze as well. So whilst it is a sort of redo, it also carries on with them a little bit. So yeah, it should be.
Nice.
They haven't appeared yet, but from so far I've been enjoying it. It's good.
I have to check that out. I watched the first one, and then there was a sequel called I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, but it was set a year after the first one, so surely it should have been called I Still Know What You Did the Summer Before Last, but that was my only
Before that one,
complaint. Yes.
God, imagine the sequels to that. I still know that you still know that I still know that they still know what you did the summer 3 or 4 years ago, before the summer that we knew that you did. Or not? I don't know.
Well, Jeff,
maybe not.
Jeff, the next commentary we do, I expect a review of the second part of the film.
Yes,
you can tell us what happens.
Yeah,
the next 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Do you always kind of chunk your films up like that? I mean,
well, the time the kids go to bed, and then my wife watches something, and then I finally get the TV. Yeah, I manage 40 minutes or something, hour maybe. So I watched Fantastic Four across 2 nights last week. So
did you?
I hate it, but that's the way I have to do it.
It's so sad, isn't it? Oh dear. God bless. Well, my TSV sounds really, really boring then in comparison to yours, because I haven't been doing an awful lot. I've been working pretty solid actually, but in the time I've had to myself, which like you ends up being quite late at night, I've just been cracking on with Foundation. So I'm now actually on the final episode of series 3. So I watched series 1 and 2, which I'd seen previously anyway, but I thought I wanted to get back up to speed because it's been a year or so, and I'm glad I did, because there's a lot of stuff that I'd forgotten and a lot of stuff that I remembered, and then it all started coming back. And now tonight I'm really looking forward to like the final episode, because it's just reached a crunch point. And I mean, the books that this series is based on, I mean, I remember reading these when I was in my teens, and they were old even then. I think they were written in like late 40s, 50s, and 60s. And Asimov wrote some prequels in the 80s, which were weirdly kind of launched and published when I was just sort of getting into the stories anyway. So it was a really good thing. But what I love about what they've done with the series is how they've taken Asimov's ideas and just made them even bigger. I mean, they're big enough already. The concepts in those books, they are massive. Back in the 40s, they were groundbreaking. They're still groundbreaking even now. But they presented it in a way that it just seems a lot more up to date. For example, in Asimov's books, he never wrote female characters very well. There's a lot of talking and standing around in rooms, but and space battles are more implied than seen. There's a few, but they're few and very far between. There's just a lot of talking, but the talking in the books is so good, it just kind of captivates you. Or so I thought, until I went and tried reading them again, and I just couldn't get on with them again. Oh my gosh, this is. So I love what they're doing with the TV series, which is just putting it on a massive scale and giving it the kind of energy that it's deserved, changing a few of the characters around, weaving the different plot lines from the different novels into the stories as they kind of happen. And I love picking up on little Easter eggs they've got as well, because I did read the prequel books quite recently, and it's like things they've done. So it's almost like we're kind of on book 2 and 3, kind of a mangled version of book 2 and 3, but they're also weaving in books, sort of the prequel novels as well. So it's like ideas, it's just brilliant. But you could watch it without knowing anything about the books, and it's probably the best way to do it, because it's such a brilliant series. Honestly,
wow.
incredible. I mean, I don't know if you like sci-fi and you like spaceships and everybody being, it's almost like Game of Thrones, but a sci-fi version, kind of. You know, that's probably probably the only way I can really explain it. If you got no idea what Foundation is, but honestly, I would recommend it to anybody who wants a good old solid sci-fi show to watch, because it is brilliant. 10 out of 10.
What's it on?
Wow,
Yeah,
that's a good review. Okay, that's on our viewing list then. It sounds great.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd love to know what you think of it. So, you know, if you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
watch it, please do. We're going to have a good old chat about it. So, yeah,
Good
it's
stuff.
fun.
That sounds
Right,
good.
okay. With that in mind, shall we close this one off? Till next time, it's goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
And goodbye from him.
There you go. Jonathan, thank you for joining us tonight. We've really enjoyed having you on. You're going to be back soon to talk through another Doctor Who episode with us, aren't you?
We'll have a conflab and work out.
Let's do all of them. Come on.
Yes! That's what we need. Listeners, thank you for joining us once again, and do look out for our audios and all our other podcasts and our interviews with all kinds of people from the worlds of Doctor Who inside and out. And please jump into our back catalogue, because we got tons of episodes out there now, and we're going to be going with even more every week. So come along for the ride. We love having you with us. That's me, over and out. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.
TTFN.
TTFN. Love that.